So, what do we want to play next, I wonder? Well, we can play this game, I think. It'll be a bit of a throwback to last week's stream. Let's see, I think it's F1 to switch CDs. Ah, yes. There we go. Right, I'm just going to quickly make sure that, yes, Fraps is still recording, thank you. So, what do we play next? Well, it's Dungeon Explorer 2!
Yay, more monsters in a maze.
Be like that. Now, I have good news and bad news, but you will notice them pretty quickly thanks to the wonderful, wonderful intro.
Though evil endures and legends don't die, the hero exists in a blink of time's eye.
CD games, people.
We got the enemies.
Yeah, this is anime as hell. Trust me.
I think the most important question is, did they ever make a sequel to Laser Ghost?
I haven't seen one, sadly. Whoa.
Legend speaks of a dark horde rising to reclaim the lands they once ruled before the time of man.
So we have space and bowling balls.
It is also said that the chosen will come forth.
And an
So
angel.
far, I don't see any dungeons, though.
Light to lift the
Not yet.
from the face of the world.
You might want to get that thing on your forehead checked, lady. That looks like it could be cancerous.
Well, she's a goddess, though. Huh, apparently
God?
the screen was supposed to go completely green.
Cancer can strike anybody, even goddesses.
Riot the Bard. Arden the Hunter.
He has the best name.
Sippy the Thief, who basically just runs a lot. Zorn, the Dragon Ball Z character.
He has no hair. That's not a cleric.
Dawes the Dwarf.
Look at that Poe. Whatever the heck Poe is.
Was that? That seriously was
And
Krillin.
Fina, the elf, who's not wearing any armor and is literally using a bloody blowgun. Are you serious? And of
Who's
course
that?
Ephraim the Wizard, blah blah blah, no one really cares about him.
Everybody wants the gnome.
And of
They're-
course
they're-
the legendary Gowrie ripoff, Alex, the fighter.
There's no gnomes in this game. Oh god.
To wield the orb of aura is to hold dominion over all that is good, and bind all that
Oh, elf, dwarf, and halfling are race or are classes, not races. Okay.
and so
Original D&D.
the eternal battle
Yep.
begins anew.
Now, I've played a lot of D&D in my life because I am pathetic. I don't remember there ever being a Poe stat. I saw AG, agility, AT, attack, and I believe IN, intelligence. Poe?
POW stands for power, which is basically strength.
Oh.
And no, it's not an official D&D product, it's just that the Japanese base a lot of their own role-playing systems on the same general ideas, basically.
Po.
So did everyone.
Why is Alex the Fighter wearing about as much clothes that you would expect from a female main character? It's...
Hey, I like it for once. Let's have fair
Yes, I
gender.
know, I know. I just brought it up because I found it... Actually, it's sort of amazing.
The kind of
Right.
nudity we wouldn't see till Final Fantasy X.
Oh, indeed. Right, let's start. Make a save file. No. So, Once again, you can play to a maximum of 5 players, but it's only me here, so 1 player it is. Now,
And they all have really stupid looking sprites.
yeah. Luckily, they don't look like that in-game. Now, here are the bad news. The gnome has been removed.
That's a criminal offense.
And he has been replaced with Dors the dwarf. So we will be playing as Dors instead. However, there is a nice little surprise here in the upcoming intro.
Yes, you are brave, but also foolish.
Is there a gnome somewhere in the intro?
Check out in the lower right corner who's there. Beating the final boss of the first game. Gnome canonically the savior of the world, baby.
Go, Canome!
That's what happens when the boss attacked his home in the tree in the top right corner. He just went ape.
Yep, and that's what. See, you saw that? You saw it right there. Gnome got the final shot. So
And then he left
basically,
the
Gnome
adventuring
became-
business.
Yeah,
and
he
went on to
retired.
form. He went on to form Konami.
Ah. And there we go. The legend lives on forever. Peace return, but as this is a fantasy kingdom, we know that peace never lasts more than like 15 minutes.
Has there been a game yet that celebrates the peasants of all these games? Where there's constantly invading monsters and everything, and they just get to pretend it's normal and live their normal lives. Whoa!
Yeah.
A platypus with a giant beak.
Yeah, I
But
love
not-
that scene. He's just suddenly, oh yeah, smashing straight through the house, just because he can. And listen to all those stock sounds, they're amazing. Every single scream is a stock sound. Now it's time for more anime.
Oh, see, Pinchy and Peasant's Quest, you were a peasant and you were having an adventure, and therefore you violate the rules, because peasants are clearly not allowed to go on adventures unless they're young boys who were adopted after they were found with a sword in a stream or something.
Yeah.
And they have to be asleep when the game starts.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, meet our villain, who is very villainous, you can tell by his white hair.
Beg an audience.
Speak.
Did he just smack the fighter?
I poked him with a
I bring
fireball or
greetings
something.
from Emperor Natos, master of the Black Horde. My liege formally requests that you relinquish your throne and surrender the Orb of Aura immediately.
By the gods, the arrogance of your master is legend. Here the orb remains.
I don't think putting your foot on him is really doing anything, Mr. Evil Guy.
That counts as a pinfall in professional wrestling. I think he
And
wins.
so it has come to this.
And it makes him look more
We
evil,
agree to your terms,
similar to
then.
his strange
I
red
will
tattoo
grant
and
you your
split
death.
eyebrows.
I would love to have eyebrows like that. That's pretty rock.
Yeah, the funny thing is that I have actually met a person who had split eyebrows.
Farewell, King.
Really?
Yeah, and the funny thing is that I used to read a comic that featured a boxer that had split eyebrows, and when I was an amateur boxer back when I lived in Gothenburg, there was a kid there who was training to be a boxer, and he had the exact same eyebrows.
At last,
And
the
they
orb
look
is mine.
absolutely radical in real life, seriously. You would think split eyebrows would look really silly, but he looked completely badass. He could have
Well,
been,
I've got a
like
shirt.
14 or something, but cool as hell.
You just need a Sharpie. I mean, you're good to go.
That only works on Halloween.
And of course we need a kidnapped princess.
At least she's wearing more than the fighter, although not significantly more.
Yeah. That Minotaur is looking mighty frisky though.
Oh.
It's funny they didn't call him a Minotaur, they called him Minos the Man Bull.
No doubt you know that
Which makes no sense because, I mean, Minos was the king.
Exactly.
Stars are everywhere. All my subjects live in fear. And now, my only daughter Miriam has been stolen from me by the scheming Minos.
Excuse me, sir, but why are you Scottish?
Of my precious child in his vile.
Because he's Sean Connery.
Hear my plea.
Oh,
The plea of
yeah,
a
Sean
desperate
Connery does
father.
play a lot of kings. That makes
Save my
sense.
Miriam from this beastly fiend. I implore you, return her to my side.
Axe to the face. Welcome to Dungeon Explorer 2. And, well, now the talking is over with, so let's go kill things. Let's just ignore everyone. Yeah, it's finally time for gameplay, and then we realize, oh shit, we're still on the TurboGrafx 16 chip, so yeah, this is all the graphics you're going to get.
Yeah, it's no worse than most Super Nintendo graphics.
Yeah, I suppose. Let's see. The music is pretty awesome. Especially love this really friendly, happy forest music while you're literally killing the hell out of various demonic creatures. And since this is basically Gauntlet but with multiple dungeons, you just slam a button to throw axes at everything.
I do like the pulsating little
See,
monster
oh my God.
spawners, though.
Not supposed to
Nice
go there.
touch.
Oh, I can actually ignore those, I realize. Let's just get rid of it. In any case, the dwarf's strength lies in his high power and high hit points. Basically, he's a tough but slow bastard, as is to be expected by his short but very well-built stature. So here we go, let's enter our first dungeon and fight slimes.
The poor slime.
Yeah.
They never get a break. Although I guess they got their own game once. Isn't Rocket Slime actually about a slime?
I used some sort of magic there, but I have no idea what it did, and, well, it didn't kill anyone, so...
Mud
being
go-
chased by clay golems, I think.
clay golems are immune to earthquake.
Ah, that might be... What the
Yes.
hell are you doing here?
What he's that's inappropriate. Stop doing that. I'm just gonna tug in my pants for a good half an hour.
Well, let's just teleport down these stairs. Whee! Just run past all the enemies because they don't really matter that much. Also, the dwarf's magic power is pretty rad. He has the ability to stop time.
Ooh. Doesn't
At
help much
least
when you're...
Yeah, well, when you're stuck in enemies, it doesn't help much. And also, look at this. Diagonal corridors. Take that, Nintendo. God, there are so many of these armors.
Does killing them... I mean, it's not indicated, but do you get any experience
Barg.
for killing things? Because maybe you
No.
actually should kill them.
You don't get anything. They're
Except
just there to
death.
block your path.
So what makes you actually stronger? Is it purely skill based?
Well, bosses drop some sort of power up. What I noticed through my test play. Now, let's see. We're on a small dirt island in the middle of lava. What sort of enemy are you expecting?
I
A
call Lava
tsunami.
Dragon.
Alright, we have a tsunami, we have dragons, and what else? Johnny Amadeus suggests a spider, Jonas has an ice golem. Well, they're all good guesses, but the correct one is two wolves.
Yes,
the guy
3
touching himself
battleships.
inappropriately.
Now, the funny thing is that they will attack where you are currently standing, which means that if you can time it right, you can simply move slightly up and down, and they will continuously just jump straight in front of your axis. AI programming. Let's stay in the middle. Pick it up. Throw an axe. And hilariously enough, the wolves aren't actually the boss itself, because the boss is that little orange ball.
What? Okay.
There we go. And we are now level 2.
And you've got a CD. Woohoo!
So let's pick up some items to further increase our power. And defense, I believe. Not done. Look at those guys.
Definite gauntlet feeling there. Except there's no little key door that you can open and have them float around you.
Run, 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 run. Get out, get out. Oh, there we go.
No, Pinchy, this isn't Gauntlet, because if you'll remember, in Gauntlet, your health ticks down continuously. Just playing the game kills you. Just being there in the dungeon kills you.
Because it's
At least here you have a...
gas.
Or something.
The only time I played
Evil
Gauntlet
that meets the place.
in the arcade where your health continuously ticks down, the game would lock up after the first stage. So not only did you have to constantly insert quarters to play, you had to insert quarters to repeat the game, the same stage every time.
That's actually pretty interesting. I was getting together Asteroids Machine and looking at those old giant boards. We actually have one labeled Pac-Man game, PACK-MAN, one of the earliest Pac-Man boards. But the things that can go wrong, that make the stupidest things happen in the game, it's all because of one stupid capacitor or one stupid little chip that decides it's gonna go on a holiday because it's too hot or too cold or it doesn't like the dust or anything. I'm surprised nobody came and fixed that Gauntlet game, though.
Yeah, especially it was in the Grand Floridian in Disney World, in like one of their places. So you figure the maintenance would be decently high there. No, it never got fixed.
Oh my god. That was a poison rock.
Gotta watch out for those. Pinchy, actually, very few games are ruined by tobacco smoke because it's pretty easily cleanable, but it will at least temporarily disable a game. My favorite, though, is the pinball game that came back from a place called Little Kings, which was so coated in pot residue you could probably get high just by scraping the sides of it and smoking that. It was disgustingly filthy and yet hilarious. That didn't seem to do anything to the bugs either.
No, that spell was
Yeah, I'm
something.
entirely sure what the heck it's supposed to do.
Looks like the telekinesis spell, whatever, from Earthbound, but just does nothing.
Let's switch up so that we get numbers instead of bars. I prefer numbers.
No, Johnny, nobody tried to lick the machine. However, yeah, I know how to repair arcade games, more or less. It depends on what they are. Sure, I could make an Ask Tell thread about it. I've never really thought about it, but I don't see why not. They're just not, considering 99% of what we work on is Buck Hunter and Silver Strike Bowling and golf.
Yeah, I love those.
And there are people who pour money into those things, and I really can't understand it, especially in these days of consoles.
Well, you could probably make a lot of money if you know how to do that. You could probably fix the problems with the 360s, where the solder gets too hot and too cold and cracks. Probably make
I'm
a
sure
lot
I
more
can.
money
I
than
can
that.
solder. I fixed my coworker Tommy's key fob for his car the other day because the solder in that had for some reason melted into a giant blob. Yeah.
That did something.
Woo!
I'm not entirely sure if it actually did something.
Your stats didn't
Or
increase.
invincible.
Oh, I was temporarily invulnerable. Too bad I didn't realize that.
I can solder pretty much anything. I have learned how to solder upside down.
Good skill to have, you never know.
On a pinball machine, sadly, it's necessary a lot of the time. I don't understand. One thing I don't understand is why we don't put games like this kind of thing out. All our old games from way back then are separated from their boards, and the cabinets are just sitting there. But wouldn't you pay 25 cents to play a round of Gauntlet? I certainly would.
The funny thing is that there is actually a specifically made hardware emulator, which is basically a chip that runs TurboGrafx games that you can connect to a software piece that switches between different TurboGrafx games. So there are homemade cabinets that have the entire library.
That's cool. And I know the Neo Geo, we actually have some old beat up Neo Geo games. Oh no! Haunted Tree!
Well, I'm just going to watch him dance for a bit. Oh.
No.
Wow, ow. Whoa, he's pulling me in. What the hell?
None may pass while I do the hula.
Do you get his leaf shield power up when you beat him like a Mega Man?
I don't
This is
think so.
important.
Ah! The hell from whence they came. Man, those things are homemade. Ow, 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 ow. And apparently you need to hit him in the mouth to actually harm him. Wonderful.
Ow.
Oh,
We are throwing axes at a tree. You think it'd be pretty effective?
hey, I leveled up. And I got one agility point. Wonderful.
Now, how many lives do you get?
You can basically continue endlessly, from what I know, yeah. You lose out on your potions, though.
I think I could live with that.
What are you, anyway? Stupid insect things.
A giant walking locusts.
Oh, here we go. This is the city of Norway, right? Yep, wonderful. I'm going to loot your house now.
A very observant Jenna Rubin says one of the dots above Dungeon Explorer seems to disappear when you die. So that's your lives, but you get 5 and then you have to put in a password, technically.
Ah. Better make sure to check that password then. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to play this game for much longer. Let's see. You are now entering Dark Woods. Well, what if I go over here then? Huh? Didn't think about that, did you? Stupid.
Now, do they give you any indication of where you're really supposed to go first?
Well, not really. They make the general RPG rumor has it and so on. There's a tunnel east of here that leads to Ardeen. Well, that's good to know. Friend of yours is waiting to join you. Okay, yeah, sure. Too bad, but I picked yes.
I think maybe you can plug in another controller.
Oh, maybe you can switch characters. Hey.
Ah.
I thought she was implying something else. She invited you to the back room.
Right, so who do we play as?
Right.
We probably
Freya
have,
does have the coolest name.
We do probably have to play as Riot, I think. And you actually have to pick the crystals up again.
Well, I don't think I have a problem with that. I was really expecting them to just stay with the one character, and you're screwed if you know, level up a shitty character.
Wait, hold on. Wow. His spell is teleporting himself back to the most recent bar. That is an amazing power.
That is true bard magic.
Wow, that is amazing. And yeah, Orphex, I realized that the crystals change color and your stats increase depending on which Oh my god, he's Gambit. Throwing cards like he doesn't even care. And then he's dead. Wow,
Apparently-
these guys mean business.
Look, I'm starting to see a trend here. Riot and Sky, those train cards. I think I know where Twisted Fate came from.
Huh. I think we were not supposed to go here quite yet.
Probably not.
Welp. What the heck were they up to?
Game over.
Game is never over.
What are they doing?
They're just monstering around.
So this is what monsters do when the hero is dead. Then they just
That's their mating ritual.
crawl around and shoot balls of pure evil at one another.
Don't knock it till you tried it.
I suppose. Huh. Pew 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 pew. Well, do you wish to continue? We can check out the other characters, I suppose. Let's quickly run the hell out of here. Well, Riot pretty much sucked horribly, so
I'd also point out he apparently only has one card in his entire deck. The Ace of Diamonds.
well, he likes to cheat, so...
Johnny 52 aces.
So, let's play the wizard.
Wizard.
Right, first things off, let's see here. Which stats do we need? Intelligence, apparently, so let's wait until these turn green. Come on. And I missed it because I'm an idiot. Let's see, let's put it in then. There we go. Nice. Right, so the question is, what does intelligence do?
I would imagine powers your magic as it does in most role-playing games.
Wow! He throws a dual-colored bowler of pure magic. Neat. Let's head north and see if we can find something.
Speaking of rumors, one thing I both loved and hated, of all games, it was Viva Pinata, that had a main character who would give you rumor says that were absolutely 100% untrue. And so you'd spend hours trying to do the things she'd say and get absolutely nothing.
That's wonderful. God, what are these things? Flying skulls, maybe? Oh, great, a huge rock, thanks.
They look
Why
more
isn't
like
it-
daisies.
Why is it that pretty much everywhere I go in these games, there is a big rock blocking me?
Techno Extreme, the rumors were like, I hear that you can create a hot fly by giving a fly 9 peppers. They weren't absurdly insane at all. They were things that would be a logical way as anything else to breed a different pinata. But they
Just a large waste of time.
Hey,
yes.
I played a lot of Viva Pinata, and some of the other species to get are ridiculously hard to get, like, in the first place, so...
Well, I think the actual way you got that fly was by letting it set itself on fire in one of the torches and then putting it out. But I could never get them to set themselves on fire, so... Yeah, I never got that one. It was a fun little game, though.
And now I'm apparently fighting multiple Cthulhu clones.
Yes. Actually, they look like, more or less normal people with
Whoa,
Cthulhu faces.
And deadly vegetation. Man, I love that stuff. Wasps and flowers that kill you. Ow, ow, ow.
It doesn't help when you walk straight into spikes.
No, not really. Wait, oh hey! His projectiles can bounce now because I picked up that mirror. Nice.
Ooh.
Style shot. And instant kill. Well. So yeah, this is clearly a teleporter maze, and well, yeah. I'm probably going to end up stuck in here for a couple of hours.
I would suggest we move on then.
Yeah, I'm just going to just clear the next few hallways basically, see maybe. Wow.
Why are they wearing vests? Like, you have to look up close, but they're clearly wearing vests and pants, and
Well,
they're dressed for casual Friday.
I mean, it's probably pretty cold down here, you know?
That's true, it probably is.
Something on. Oh, hey. Whoa.
Power walking in place.
Did something get stuck in your throat, sir? I'll be waiting for you.
I think he just turned into a Klingon.
Wow. Right. Ah, you can shoot power-ups and change which power-up they become. So, time for another... Ah, okay, so that entire cave was just to unlock Shun. Wow. Sure, why not?
Well, now you have to play as him, obviously.
Let's see if we can actually make it back. I think that was some sort of password, maybe, or it was the name of a town using a certain cipher or something that you get in a manual, I don't know. Hey, you look sneaky-like, what are you up to?
Just adjusting my trousers over and over again.
Extremely suspicious.
Wait, what kind of permit did he have?
A dark maze permit. You need that to go into the dark maze, don't you know?
Who's enforcing it?
Everyone. If they see you even as much as heading over there, bam! Right, we can now play as Shun, who is apparently an agility character, so let's keep popping up his agility, I suppose. There we go.
What's weird is it's a dark maze permit. It's not a ticket. It's not a entrance pass. It's a permit, which would seem to imply you're hunting dark mazes.
Well, you need a lot more Mercedes to get it.
Shun has Autofire.
Ooh.
He can shoot Hadokens all day. Well, then again, I think this is pretty much it. This is Dungeon Explorer 2. It's a neat game, I suppose, but probably not the most fascinating piece of software to show off on a stream. At least we can all feel good in the knowledge that Knome went on to become a legendary hero. Wow. His attacks do no damage whatsoever. Holy crap. Well, I think that's it, I suppose. Oh my god, they haven't actually switched the name. They switched the class, but not the name.
That's interesting.
Whoops.
So in the menu, I am still doors.
Oh, it. Oh, okay. I see.
And I can't actually access the password screen right now. Huh. So I have to go switch back to doors before I am allowed to actually save the game by getting a password.
How bizarre.
Woohoo! Screw you, Dungeon Explorer 2! Well... Let's try and switch it up a bit, shall we? Let's load up a game that I know that many people have fond memories of, but not on this system, but on another system.